Right, greetings everyone. Good day. I hope you all are holistically well. Welcome to my Clearest Conscience Holistic Lifestyle Book Club Power Hour. I am your holistic lifestyle coach and host, Angelina here. Um, so this has been something in the works for the past couple weeks. So today we are here on stereo, which is where I am pulling most of my where I'm doing the podcast, doing the book club rather, to where there can be interactions and engagements and comments. However, if you are um, on Facebook, if you're on YouTube watching, which I'm also streaming on, I'm going to put a link in the chat, and you can come on if you want and have a discussion. Okay, I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see. We'll find out. Okay, so if you go to my Clearest Conscious page, first of all, please subscribe, like, share, all that good jazz. We're going to have a positive conversation, so no need to worry about anything negative or whatnot. So, hang on. Okay, so we are reading, I am reading the book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. In the description, you can find that book to purchase. So next week, next Sunday, we will start going over it chapter by chapter and having conversations about it. And kind of just learning more about habits and goals and being successful, all that good stuff. So I did a conversation before on YouTube and Facebook via StreamYard. Shout out to StreamYard, the StreamYard app, allowing you to stream in multiple places, multiple platforms. So I did a conversation and I read through the prelude of the book. So I'm not going to do that again today. But I do want to encourage you all to check out this book. It's talking about changing your habits, changing the way you think, and setting small goals to make big changes, right? So that is what we are going to be reading. So please, by all means, get this book. If whether you're on Facebook, YouTube listening, or you're on stereo, that is what is in the link on stereo for you all to grab that book. You can always go to clearestconscious-HLC.com and look at upcoming events. I have that information there to purchase that book. And I think I need to update it today because I think it's outdated as of today. So I will change that. But definitely go to clearestconscious-HLC.com and subscribe, write, and share for free. A lot of empowering conversations, just keeping you in the know. So today is Sunday. I do have to actually update that information, and that's fine, right? So we're going to be talking about atomic habits really quickly. Again, if you're on stereo, feel free to come in, share your thoughts or whatnot, and we're just going to break it down. I'm going to read this really quickly. It says from the book Atomic Habits, if you're having trouble changing your habits, the problem isn't you. The problem is your system. So we're going to be talking a lot about that and how our belief system, our foundational system, how it dictates how we move, how we think, how we respond, what we say, what we don't say, what we do and what we don't do. It says bad habits repeat themselves not because you don't want to change, but because you have the wrong system for change. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So in Atomic Habits, you'll get a plan that can take you to new heights. So definitely check out that book. I'm going to read a couple things really quickly. I'm going to do a motivational conversation also. And we'll just have a conversation really quick. So you all come on in, have the conversation. I look forward to it. So in this book, I'm going to read the definitions of atomic and habit. Atomic is an extremely small amount of a thing, the single irreducible unit of a larger system, the source of immense energy or power. So we're talking about tiny things that are a part of a bigger system, right? We're just one individual, right? But we're part of a bigger system. And we have to start thinking like that. Habit is a routine or practice performed regularly, an automatic response to a specific situation. So I read it says it takes 30 to 60 repetitions to solidify a new habit. On an average, that is 66 days. Okay, so 2 months to form a new habit. Okay, doing it repetitively. Does that make sense? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Thinking about welcome whoever's in the chat. I'm on StreamYard, so I can't see, but drop me a line in the chat, say hello, so I can see who's there. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. And check out the descriptions if you're on YouTube and Facebook, and for some links in the descriptions. Okay. So Atomic Habits. So we're going to, I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this audio really quickly. I'm going to let you all listen to this. It's only about 5 minutes. This is Les Brown, who I absolutely love listening to. Talking about making changes, making a commitment and making changes. Okay. So let's listen to this really quickly. You all throw your thoughts and comments in the chat. What's going on, the chef, ma'am? Welcome. This is Les Brown, you all.
See, no one would go get on an airplane if you thought your chances of getting there to your destination were as good as your luck. And I say the reason that you will reach your destination more times than your luggage will is because the airline, and I'm glad that they do, has made it a priority to move the human beings from one point to the other safely. So I'm not really upset when my luggage doesn't show up. I'm glad they delivered me because they've made me a priority. See, they have made delivering you to your destination important. So if you want to honor your commitment, whatever you decide that you're going to do, make sure you make it important. Make sure it is priority. Keep it before you. The other thing is, whatever that you want to do, whatever you want to begin to create and beginning to manifest your greatness and strengthening your level of commitment, and it's really exercising your will. Find something that you want to do on your goal, one action step, but make sure it stretches you, that it challenges you, but it's doable, that you can do it. This year, I decided that I was going to exercise. So I started out doing just 10 setups and 10 push-ups. I know I can do that and not get upset about it. I can do that without thinking. So I started out small. Now I'm up to 50. But if I try to do 50 starting out, I wouldn't still be doing it. So I started doing it in manageable segments. Do that. And that strengthens your will. So my commitment now is strengthened and fortified by the activity of actually doing it. So now I can expand and build from there. When I decided to begin to manage my money differently, and I started saving 5% of my money, then I increased it to 10%, then to 15%. So now I have disciplined myself to live off 75% of my income. I took discipline to do that, but I started watching how I was spending my money. I started keeping a log and following myself. So you want to begin to find something that is manageable, that you know that you can do. The next thing, in beginning to keep your commitments to yourself, have some friends that will hold you accountable, that won't let you off the hook, that won't tolerate anything less than the best from you. People that will support you in this new way of being, in this new state of consciousness. The other thing is important is have a contingency plan. See, many times when you make a commitment to do something, there are some other variables that will happen that you can't control or you perhaps did not think about. So you want to have some other plans going on. You want to become creative. See, most people don't keep their commitments because when something goes wrong, they just stop. They don't have a contingency plan. So they don't know what to do next. Start being creative. If you challenge yourself, many times we say, I don't know what to do. And I always ask myself, but if you did know what to do, Les, what will it be? That activates another part of my mind. I start thinking about the possibilities and just experimenting. But many of us just stop dead in our tracks. I don't know what to do. You do know what to do. You got genius in you. Challenge yourself, push yourself, make yourself come up with something. Use your imagination. And what you will find is that you know more than you realize that you know. That you're more creative and more resourceful than you realize that you are. And as you do that, the more you do it, the easier it will become. At first, it's going to be a struggle. And after you get into a certain level of consciousness, you will ask yourself, how is it that I didn't see this before? At the level that I'm managing my business now, they say consciousness is what we are. I literally look at myself and say, how is it that I didn't do this before? Why is it that I couldn't see this before? And the reason that I didn't see it before, because I didn't challenge myself. I didn't put myself out here. See, the reason that most of us go through life never discovering our true greatness, literally walking, breathing corpses, the uncommitted life isn't worth living. Why? Because it doesn't produce anything. See, you only make things happen. Your life only counts. You only make a difference when you are committed. When you make a commitment with your life. That's the people that make a commitment with their lives. The people that make a commitment to their customers. The people that make a commitment to their families, to their relationships, are the people that make the greatest impact in life.
All right.
You will reach up.
All right. What do you all think? That was Les Brown. So that is on motivational speaking. So you all download that. It's hold on. It's actually called motivational quotes. So you all download that. There's so much content in there, positive content. So let's break that down. So we're talking about this upcoming book, or we're talking about the book that we're going to be reading, right? So again, go into the description if you're on stereo, Facebook, YouTube, and get that book. We're going to start breaking it down. Start reading chapter 1 this week, and we're going to talk about it next Sunday. Okay, so let's break down what Les Brown said. Okay, first of all, what are your priorities? That is such a big thing. So many of us are going through life and we have no priorities. We are either proactive procrastinators, or we're fly by the seat of our pants kind of people, right? So we have to decide which way we're going with this and what it means for the well-being of our lives. Okay. Do we exercise our will? What is your will? What is your desire? What are your goals? And how do you get there? A lot of people have all these goals, all these ambitions. And the problem is we aren't consistent with the things that we are pursuing. And then, like Les Brown said, we have these goals and ambitions. And then when we don't go through the process appropriately, then we feel like we failed, we've fallen short, and then we just stop. And that's why a lot of us can't get anywhere in life overall, because there's no ambition. Says action, take action with steps that are challenging and that are obtainable. So that's another thing. How many of us are doing things and we set goals that are not obtainable? Sure. And not that they're not, but we don't think about the process. And that's what this book, Atomic Habits, talks about and breaks down. And it's an amazing tool, step by step, chapter by chapter, sharing, thinking small for greater success. So are we setting goals that are not realistic? Yes, we all want to be millionaires, but how do we get there? What is the process in doing so? And it certainly is a process. So we want to challenge ourselves. And a lot of times we're so afraid to try new things. We're afraid to step out. We're afraid to fail. But at the same time, you're kind of afraid to win if you're not taking action. And with that, like Les Brown says, comes discipline. You have to be able to know when to say yes. You have to be able to know when to say no. You have to be able to learn when to set boundaries and limitations. Okay, because success is certainly a choice. People just, believe it or not, you have people that are born with silver spoons in their mouth, quote unquote. But if you're not disciplined and if you don't see it as a choice, a lot of rich people have gone broke. and they lose their minds when they go broke. It's not like a poor person that, comes into money and loses it. It's a different mentality when you're not used to choosing the path of your success. That's why I always believe that journaling is important. Vision boards, writing things down, those things are important. So you can see your progress. You can see your lack, where you can see where you can grow, right? And evolve. And you keep your commitment to yourself. Whatever you're committing to, it's a contract with yourself. A lot of times we are so busy trying to impress someone else, trying to get validation. How many of us struggle with that? Needing validation, wanting validation, relying on validation for our personal success. And when we don't get that, we feel misunderstood. We feel like we're on the wrong track, right? A whole lot of things go on with that kind of mindset. Okay, so you have to keep a commitment to yourself. And before you can keep that commitment, you have to make that commitment, right? So what is the contract that you have with yourself? What are the goals that you have for you, whether anybody agrees with them or not, whether anybody supports them or not? Because it boils down to accountability. So if we're not accountable for our goals, for our actions, for our reactions, then we're always going to feel like it's someone else's fault. There's always someone else or something to blame. And it's actually an excuse not to grow and evolve and prosper. Okay. That is why it's important to surround yourself with positive people that are supportive not only of your goals and your dreams, but of their own as well. That's really big. If you have people in your life that are always, yes men, they're always supporting you, but they don't have any dreams and ambitions themselves, you should probably want to watch those people. You want to link up with people that are like-minded and that doesn't mean that they have the same goals as you, that they have the same ambitions, but they do have goals and they do have ambitions. Right. So you want to link up with those kind of people, people that are going somewhere. Okay. And not just stuck on stagnant or even going backwards in life, because a lot of people are going backwards and we use our time and our energy to invest in people that have no ambition of personal growth, individual growth. And that's a hard pill to swallow. That's the hard responsibility to have to deal with, where people choose ignorance over empowerment. Okay. Again, Les Brown talked about having a contingency plan. Okay. What is your backup plan? If this doesn't work, then what? You always want to stay some steps ahead. You never want to find yourself lacking or falling short if you can prevent that. And life is always about experiences. It's always about, growth and learning new things. And that's the only way that we can learn is through experience. And sometimes our experiences are not so comfortable, but you can certainly find some kind of truth in it being for our good in a lot of instances, if we just stop complaining and murmuring and being more grateful. And I'm not saying that you just dismiss what you're going through in life, but we have to have a healthier balance in our mindset, how we perceive life, in our circumstances in life, right? You have to become creative. Okay. Have to become creative and don't quit. That's why with Clearest Conscious Holistic Lifestyle Coaching, I am definitely here to help people and empower people to find their path in life. All because I have a path does not mean it's your path, but I am certainly here to help you and support you and empower you in finding that path. Again, it goes back to accountability. A lot of us don't have any self-accountability, and we don't trust anyone else to help us be accountable to self, because then it shows a lack in where you're at personally, and shame and guilt and embarrassment, all those things are very important to people as far as how they're viewed, how they're seen, right? So communication is always important. Being open and honest with people that you can trust And again, going back to your network, your people, and the people in your circle. And sometimes those people in your circle are not always the people that you choose. Okay. You have an inner circle that you choose, and then you have that circle with your coworkers and, your congregation, colleagues and school colleagues, whatever's going on. Okay. So you want to challenge yourself. You want to push yourself. And like I said, Atomic Habits, get this book. It's in the description. Atomic Habits is talking about making small changes for big results, life-changing results. Okay. So part of that, again, is journaling, writing things down, setting your day ahead of time. Okay. Push yourself, even if you don't want to do it. How many of us can agree that sometimes journaling, getting up 30 minutes earlier, not hitting that snooze button, it's a challenge, but those little things add up to big habit formation. Remember, 30 to 60 repetitions before it becomes a habit, before it becomes habitual. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. So, of course, change is hard. If you're trying to start something, if you're trying to quit something, change is always a challenge, but life changes all around us anyways, doesn't it? Whether we are participating or not, whether we are aware or not, life is always changing around us, day by day, moment by moment. Okay, so you push through what you have going on and you see the end goal, you see, you can appreciate and respect and go through the process, it's definitely beneficial. What else? Okay. So the question is, what are you waiting for? What is it going to take for you to make a decision where you set your goals, obtainable goals, and you meet those goals? Does it take something tragic happening, something unfortunate happening? What does it take for you to reach your goals? What does it take for you to take that first step? What are you waiting for? Because none of us are promised tomorrow. So what do you do with the best part of your life today? How do you make a positive impact today? How do you make positive changes today? Okay. And then Les Brown said, last thing I wrote down that he said was, the uncommitted life isn't worth living because it doesn't produce anything. If you're not committed to something and you're just a fly by the seat of your pants kind of person, then what are you producing? You have no time to plant. You have no time to water. You have no time to nurture. You have no time to till. So we're just going through life wasting time all the time. And you have to look at what that says about your life in the end of it all. Someone said, I think it might have been Les Brown, if you die today and you don't fulfill your dreams, then your dreams die with you. And no one can do what you do like you do. Right? So that is something to think about. Again, in the description is the link to purchase the book Atomic Habits. I wanted to start out the week before sharing with you again what we're going to be reading, what that looks like. So go ahead and grab that book. I think it's going to be like $13 on Amazon. Again, use the link in the description. And we're going to start on chapter 1, and then we'll talk about it next Sunday. Preferably on stereo, where people can comment, but we'll be here on Facebook and YouTube as well. If you don't get the book by then, don't worry. We will break it down and you can listen in, whether live or on replay. And then as soon as you can get that book, you'll be all caught up, right? But you definitely want to read it for yourself. You definitely want to dissect this amazing information about how we change our foundational belief system, how we are actually able to tap into greater things in our lives, learning how success is tangible and obtainable when you use the right tools and resources, when you go through the process. So we have to stop thinking with this microwave mentality or we want everything right now, but we do not do the work. If that makes any sense. And it should. If it doesn't, then that's a problem in itself, right? So grab the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Go over to Clearest Conscious-HLC.com, see what's going on over there. On my website, although I do coaching services, lifestyle coaching, on all different levels, I want you to join and be a part of the community. You don't have to buy anything, purchase anything, which is a good spot to stay connected and keep up with what's going on. If you have not gone over there and checked out my newsletter for February, please do. Some good information, some good short reads on mind, body, spirit, and financial wealth. So go over there and click on the link. If you scroll down to community section, even exclusive membership, you can click on a newsletter and you can find that. So check that out. It's in PDF form. So if you download it, you can click on the links where there's some resources pertaining to this month. So again, please subscribe, like, and share. Go over to the website, subscribe there. I'm going to update some things. I need to update my Acorns link. It's Sunday. So if you're looking to invest your money and grow your money, definitely check out Acorns. You can definitely find that on my website as well under the Acorns Coin Conscious tab. What else? I think that's all. I will be posting some more things on my webpage just to kind of keep everybody informed. I try to keep it professional on social medias. So you all feel free to follow, right? And I think that's all we have. It's going to be a short conversation today, but I did want to share this with you all. Thank you all for tuning in. And again, please like and share. Let me see what else is going on. I'm going to see if I had another video that I wanted to share with you all. Everybody's Sunday going okay? I know I certainly can't complain. It's cold and snowy out here in Indiana, but it's all right. It could always be worse. I think I'm going to end off with end with one more motivational conversation. And this is, I don't know if this is Les Brown or not. Let's listen real quick though. I love the motivational conversations. So let's listen. This is a 5-minute one. Let me see. Hang on. All right, here we go. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's see what this one is.
6 months, particularly if it's something that you dreamed of and dreamed of.
Okay, this is overcoming obstacles. Okay. Oh, thank you all for tuning in. Oh, sorry. Okay, that was an echo. Sorry. Okay, this is overcoming obstacles. Here we go.
If you could become world class at any skill in the next 6 months, particularly if it's something that you dreamed of and put up on a shelf and gave up on.
What would amazing look like for you? What would amazing look like if you were amazing? If you know what amazing looks like, then why haven't you gotten there yet? I want you to say, the reason I'm not as amazing yet is because I hit the snooze button. That's why I'm not amazing right now. The reason why I'm not amazing right now is because I couldn't get up early enough because I told myself I'm not an early person. I don't get on Twitter every blue moon. I don't get on my app every blue moon. The reason why some of you will never be successful because you're not immersed in it. When you wake up in the morning, look at your goals will tell you what time to get up. Your goals will tell you who you should be hanging out with. I can't tell you, but your goals will tell you how much sleep do you need. You might not need to get up to 3 o'clock in the morning for your goals, but your goals are going to define what time you get up, how you live your life, how you move, when you say yes, when you say no.
Think like the person you intend to become.
I want your dream to be so clear, so vivid, right? When you wake up in the morning, all you got to do is step in your dream. The difference between people who talk about it and people who do it is one simple word, application. They hear it. They don't just hear it, they digest it. When they digest it, boom, they do something with it. If you are alive, I know you ain't reached your best yet, right? You got more. You can do more. You can see more. You can be more. I know that all your energy, all your strength, all your skills, all your capabilities, like, you're not operating on 1,000%. I know there's still some things you can do, some limits that you can push, some buttons you can push, some opportunities that you haven't explored. And the second thing I know is this: I know that you are not experiencing life to its fullest.
Like life itself is a process of becoming, a part of man's ongoing historical drive to manifest his consciousness outside of his mind, in front of his eyes. Greatness is when we overcome our own boundaries, when we surprise ourselves, when mapped out, when we get the long view, when we get the big picture. That's greatness. Ask not what the world needs, ask instead what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. What makes you come alive? What gives you the goosebumps? What gives you the chills? What makes you well up?
Somewhere deep inside, you know what kind of person you were designed to be. Ask yourself, how would the person I'd like to be do the things I'm about to do?
Greatness is upon you. It's time for you to bring that thing out. There's power in consistency. There's power in doing something over and over and over and over again. There's power in practice. Don't rush the process. Yeah. Some of y'all trying to rush the 21 days. It takes 21 years to be 21 years old. Don't rush the process. But that job is going to propel you and position you for the next job. It's not just the class. It's the rest of your life. It's not just working out. It's an extra year on your life. It's not just eating right. It's another 7 years on your life. It's a matter of life and death. And so your life is in your head. Your dream is in your head. Your future is in your head. So, what would amazing look like?
Ooh, how powerful. What does amazing look like? Right? What does that look like? Say your goals will tell you what you need. Isn't that the truth? We ignore ourselves, we ignore our bodies, we ignore our gut, whatever you want to call it. And we wonder why we cannot or we don't get ahead. Again, it is a choice. So application is everything between the haves and the have-nots. Application is everything. Are you boots on the ground? Are you ready to get up and go and meet your goals? Set your goals to meet your goals, right? Greatness is overcoming your own boundaries. I was just talking about this the other day about setting boundaries and limitations, and being able to overcome your own boundaries, again, means setting goals. Okay. What makes you come alive? He asks. What prompts you to be great? What prompts you to be amazing? What holds you back from being just that? He said, power is consistency. Again, have to be consistent. It's not a one-time thing. It's not a wham, bam, thank you. This is consistency. Goals are about a lifestyle. Success is about a lifestyle. It's not about a moment. It's not about an experience. It's a lifestyle, or at least it should be. And then when he said, don't rush the process, trust the process. Again, that microwave mentality. If we don't understand the process, how can we adapt to it? So we have to take time to learn more, and we have to invest in ourselves, in our own discernment, our wisdom, our knowledge, because the future is in your head. It's the way you think. It's the way you speak. It is the way you respond. Okay. Your future is what you make it, and no one else at the end of the day. So again, I want to encourage you all to get the book Atomic Habits. It's in the description link. Make sure you subscribe, like, and follow. Go over to my Clearest Conscience page at clearestconscious-HLC.com. Check that out. Subscribe for the email via email for free, so you can keep up with what's going on. Grab that book today. Like I said, it's about $13 on Amazon. The link is in the description. And as of next Sunday, we're gonna dive in, take it one chapter at a time, and just really dissect it and just enjoy the reading process, enjoy learning, and enjoy growing. So if you are excited about that, again, please subscribe, like, and share. Invite somebody. Let's get our learn on. Let's get our power on. Okay, so that is all I have. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, peace, love, and blessings. Thank you all on YouTube, Facebook, and stereo. And I see you in the chat. Hemdan. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. My sincere apologies. But thank you so much for jumping in on stereo. We'll be back on stereo next Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as on Facebook and YouTube. So we hope to see you there. YouTube, that YouTube channel is the Clearest Conscious-HLC podcast. So you can find me over there. And a lot of his content I upload on my website again, which is clearestconscious-HLC.com. If you want to get in contact, you can always email me at clearestconscious@gmail.com. Until next time, again, peace, love, and blessings.